Nah, sort that out.
Just go and do it in a different plug.
Oh yeah.
What's this shit here? That's your Garmin charger. Take that.
Oh, is there nothing in there?
Just
Oh yeah, that'd be really good. Thanks. Let's see if I can hold. Shitty fucking quiz.
No, not yet. That in the stream.
Shut up.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah. What the fuck?
You have your time.
Yeah.
You have the option to come on.
You had the option to come on my face, and now you can fuck.
Is there a dead balloon anywhere? Someone's on the art for the balloon.
Oh, the balloon's more of a celebrity than me now.
Right then, everybody. Someone's already asked where my balloon is this week, so it's there. I haven't got any more balloons, I'm afraid. But it is better, isn't it? It's the only entertaining bit of the whole quiz, really. It's a whole 7 days of, you know, it's a survivor, the turquoise balloon. Anyway. It's not happening. Right, so welcome to the quiz, everybody. Welcome to the quiz. Gonna let a few more people tune in until we start. As you're hopefully aware, though, this week's quiz is even more for charity. It's a sock than usual because an as yet unnamed, and probably going to remain unnamed, very kind donor is going to double any donations that you make to our two charities. Lots of you have been donating over the last few weeks to Mind and the Dad's House Food Bank. But this week, anything that is donated and is, you know, referenced as the quiz will be matched, which is pretty good, up to the value of £1,000, which sounds like a lot, but if everyone doing the quiz sticks a tenner in, we're laughing. And the charity is winning, not just laughing. But we'll get to that in a minute. All the links of exactly where to donate are on my Twitter and the Anspatch Twitter and the Anspatch Facebook. And then if one charity gets all of the money, it is much easier to donate to one of them. Then the generous donor will balance it out. So the aim is to get £500 for each charity. Which is pretty good. People get fed, people with mental health problems get helped, and indeed, everyone benefits. Someone wants to be in my video. You can't be in my video, this is my video. So yeah, a couple more minutes. If those who are here, if you go on the Anspatch and Hot Day Facebook, or preferably, as I say, every week, but just in case you knew, I've lost a bit of paper. Preferably my Instagram, which is not Instagram, Twitter, which is ClibbensAH. You can see the picture round, which this week is to name the duo. So if you go on ClibbensAH, which is my Twitter, you can see the picture round, which is name that duo, which you can start doing on your piece of paper. If you don't have Twitter, you can go on the Anspatch and Hot Day Facebook, where you can also see the picture round of the famous duos and start naming the duos. You, of course, you're going to get, we'll do half a point for each part of the duo, I think. But the chances are, if you know one of them, you're really going to know both of them. And then the team name theme game this week is what does the name of Elon Musk and Grimes' child actually translate to? That is your team name theme game. Oh, that sounds quite good, isn't it? Is this what Instagram people call golden hour? Yeah, so if you have no idea what I'm talking about with the Elon Musk thing, you can Google that bit. That is the one bit of the quiz you can Google. This is really good. Look at that. Spotlight. No, don't take away my... No, I need it. No, my tan. So yeah, if you have no idea what I'm talking about with the Elon Musk thing, Google it. Because you will very quickly realize what I'm talking about. Yeah, nice. Okay, so let's give it a couple more minutes of lovely background music and then we will begin the quiz.
Oh my great this.
Yes.
I forgot.
Oh, Amber, I popped the balloon. Sorry, it died. If anyone remembers the balloon, it'll be very sad, but it's now. Oh. Well, a few more bits of housekeeping for those who are already with us. Of course, we're playing for the much desired Anne's Patch and Holiday 4-pack, which comes in one of these lovely boxes. You will win 4 mixed cans for winning the quiz. You will also win 4 mixed cans for having the funniest team name, which is judged by likes on Twitter. Of course, during the quiz, I hope you've got a quality beverage. This week, I am sponsored by Burning Sky Brewery. My delivery arrived just in time today. It'll be one of my favourite breweries for many years. But of course, you know, with your online shopping, do it at Anne's Patch and Hop Day. We received our 1,000th web shop order earlier, which is pretty, well, it's amazing. So thanks for that. Thank you for supporting your favourite. Oh, I can comment this week. Yes, you can. The lighting is mad. It's new, and we're going to stick with it for a bit. It makes me look kind of special in many ways. So there's people joining as we go, so we'll give it a couple more minutes, you know, until we're at peak capacity, and then we'll start quizzing. My friends just asked if I can shut the blinds. I'm going to say no, because it's all part of the fun, I think. We're going to stick with the weird lighting for now. Can I turn down the sun? No, I can't. Jack, if you can start, that's better.
With tiny hands.
You do have incredibly small hands. So you all now know the size of my flatmate's hands. How can you say that it's bad, Ash? Look, I'm perfectly illuminated. So I think we should crack on. For those who are just joining, this week's quiz is even more charitable than usual, because any donation that you or your teammates or anyone makes to the designated charities this week will be matched by a generous donor. So if you go on my Twitter, Clibbins AH, or the Anne's Patch and Hop Day Facebook, or the Anne's Patch and Hop Day Twitter, you can see the direct link to Alex and Simon's fundraising page on Mind. Bear in mind, you've got to donate to that page so we can track the donations to match them. And then the other one is Dad's House, who've got a food bank in Elephant and Castle. Again, there's a poster with the instructions of the PayPal, and you can donate with the reference E&C Food Bank and quote quiz, so we know. And then also on the Dad's House website, which I'll post again later, there's a donate page, which is a little bit more, you've got to jump through a few more hoops to find, but just make sure you reference the quiz, and in that instance, the Elephant and Castle Food Bank, so we know the money's going to the right place, and we can keep track of it and match the money up to £1,000. So, yes, that's it. So quiz. You go on my Twitter, ClibbinsAH, and let's not get on to Dave again yet. The ClibbinsAH Twitter, which is mine, you can see the picture round, which is named the famous duos. You can start that now. You've got half of the quiz to do it. I'm going to sit in this little bit of light here. It's great. And then you've got your team name theme game this week, which is very on trend, which is to name, not to name, but to translate what you think the real name of Elon Musk and Grimes' child is. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, Google Elon Musk and Grimes' child name, and you will see something quite unusual. So you will then come up with what you think that really means. And whoever is deemed to have the funniest team name by likes on Twitter will win some beer in full pack form. So, yeah, let's get cracking with what's actually in the quiz this week. And then I'll tell you how the marking will work and submitting. Hopefully you all know, but also hopefully there are some newcomers this week. Still keeps getting there. There we go. Right then. So round number 1, note this down on your bit of paper, is all about games. It's mainly about board games, because why not? And there is 2 questions about computerized gaming in there. Hopefully, stuff you'll have heard of, I hope, if you have no idea or you don't even know what a PlayStation is. Round number 2 is 20th century history. Go a bit classic for a bit. So round number 1 is games. Round number 2 is 20th century history. And then after that, we'll take a short break, and then we'll come back. We will mark the first half of the quiz, including the pictures and those 2 rounds. And then, once you've got your score so far, you will tweet at ClibbinsAH your team name and your score. And then I'll read through the funniest team names, read out who's winning at the halfway stage. And then by the whoever gets the most likes, I will assign a winner of the team name theme game who will get some beer, as I've mentioned about 13 times already. And then after that is the music intros round. And a friend of mine said the other day that the only thing that would improve the quiz would be something slightly more interactive, by which they meant you need to make a tit out of yourself by doing something stupid. And I asked Jack, who's sitting there, if he would join me to do a Nevermind the Buzzcock style intros round. And he said no. He's not very happy about it. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to keep reminding him of that. So what we're going to do instead, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be called What's Ed Listening To? And I'm going to stick my headphones in and listen to 5 songs. And in a Nevermind the Buzzcocks style intros way, I'm going to mumble along and hit stuff, and you're going to have to guess which song I'm going to, and it's going to be horrible. But the things I do for charity and your entertainment have no bounds. So you've always wondered what Jack looked like. Yeah, so now you know. So the mysterious Jack now has a face, albeit briefly, and him doing that to you. So the music intros round this week is going to be me making a horrible noise along to a song I've got headphones on to, and then you guessing what the song is. They're really obvious songs, but we'll give it a go. It's going to be a horrible combination of Nevermind the Buzzcocks and the club singer from Shooting Stars. After that, the next round in the first proper round in the second half is classic capital cities. I'm going to name the city in this instance, and you're going to name the country. And finally, the music trivia round this week is lyrics. So in a very monotonous voice that sounds nothing like the songs, in no pitch or tone or rhythm, anything relating to the song, I'm going to read out the lyrics, and you just have to answer what song I have taken and butchered those lyrics from. So I think we're just about on track with this very strange lighting, which is basically the sun is glaring directly off the window opposite. The sun is at the other side of the building at the moment, and it's right in my face. Yeah, so let's crack on, I think. Don't forget that your donations to charity will be doubled this week. And imagine that when you go to the real quiz at the Marquis of Wellington, where I do it, you'd give £2 per team to enter, £2 per person to enter. And we normally have between 60 and £150 in the pot. And then, you buy loads of pints for £6 and wine and food and more wine and snacks. Feel free to donate a reasonable amount of that money, if you can, to Mind or the Dad's House Food Bank. The links are on my Twitter where to do it, and they will be matched exactly by a generous donor. So you'll be donating double, and they're willing to donate up to £1,000. So if everybody on YouTube did it now, did a tenner, that'd be 490 quid. And you're not all doing it on your own. So think about it that way. It's a nice thing to do, isn't it? Speaking of nice things to do, let's start the quiz. I'll stop talking. Let's go. So, round number 1 is all about games. And here is your first question about games. Question number 1, what is the best hand in poker? So what is the best hand you can have in poker? That was question number 1. So that's question number 1, poker. Question number 2, you have a few answers for this, and you will of course get, in this instance, you will get 1/6 of a point per correct answer. What are the 6 weapons in the proper original UK edition of, I was about to say Scrabble, Cluedo. So what are the 6 murder weapons in the original classic UK edition of Cluedo? And you get 1/6 of a point for each weapon. Question number 3. In Monopoly, my personal favourite board game, I think, probably because I get excessively competitive about it and everyone else is miserable at the end and I win. But Bow Street, Great Marlborough Street and Vine Street are what colour on Monopoly? So Bow Street, Great Marlborough Street and Vine Street are what colour on Monopoly? And there are no but my family had a board where they were, mauve. That's your problem. There is only one answer. Question number 4, which game features rounds, including action, object, and all play. So which game features rounds, including action, object, and all play? Anyone just joining us? Which there's a few more people. This round is all about games, mainly of the board variety. A little bit of computer game in there as well. If you've missed questions, pop up and ask. I may or may not oblige, but I will post all the questions for the first 2 rounds on Twitter at the end of this, before the marking, so you can catch up. I won't repeat anything else yet, because I've been banging on about lots of stuff and repeating myself. So, question number 5. In which game is the aim of the game to bear off? So in which game is the aim to bear off? For the most part in this, there's no obscure board games that, that only me and my mates play, because we don't play any board games. So don't worry about that. Take an educated guess. Question number 6 in the games round. In Trivial Pursuit, what subject is pink? So which subject is pink in Trivial Pursuit? And again, this is in the rules of the Classic Edition UK version, not, but my family, medieval history specifically is the pink one. No. In the rules, your little leaflet, oh yeah, pink is Trivial Pursuit, pink, what is it? Question number 7. What is the largest ship on battleships? So in Battleship, what is the largest ship? So that was question number 7. What is the largest ship on Battleship? If it helps you at all, it's got 5 little bits. So you've got to bomb it correctly 5 times to destroy it. The name of the ship, Ashley. The name of the ship. So it's the name of the ship. It has 5 little bits. So you bomb it 5 times and it's gone. What's that called? Question number 8 is the first of 2 questions about the video games. Apparently they're very popular, aren't they? So I've spent a good, what do you reckon, 20 hours since the weekend playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
I mean, you did 6 last time.
Yeah, a lot of time. So they're wicked.
As a combined effort, it's been unparalleled.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, what is the best-selling video game of all time? So what is the best-selling video game of all time? When I originally wrote this question, it had sold 176 million copies. Latest figures that I've just this second Googled, it has sold 180 million copies. So what is the best-selling video game of all time? No. Having sold 180 million copies. Someone Walter is asking, is it bear or bear? It is a bear, E-A-R, like the animal, or my other flatmate's surname. And then question number 8 was the biggest selling video game of all time. Question number 9, for your second video game question, what is the name of the main character in the Zelda games franchise? So what is the name of the character that you play in the Zelda games? And finally, question number 10. What are the 3 denominations of army pieces, I suppose, or the 3 denominations of army, if you know, you know, in the game Risk. So in Risk, what are the 3 military denominations that you can play as? I have never played Risk, if you can't tell, so I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Apparently I like it, but I have not played it. We haven't resorted to board games yet in lockdown, so if we do, I'll let you know. But yes, what are the 3 denominations of army denominations in the game Risk? If you know, you know, I think, with that one. Yeah, with the video games, it's a specific release. It's not a series combined. Like, what's the highest grossing film of all time? Wouldn't be the Lord of the Rings series, for example. So, moving on to round number 2. At the end of this round, we'll have reached the halfway stage when we will swap papers. In other words, I'll give you 5 minutes to get your answers together. Then we'll go through and mark them. Then you'll tweet me your scores and your team names, and then we'll read them out, and it'll be great. And if you've missed it, the picture round is on Clibbins AH's Twitter and the Anspach and Day Facebook, if you don't have Twitter. And it is Name That Famous Duo. So go and find the picture round and name the duo. You need to get that done by the marking after this round. Great. So, round number 2, 20th century history. And your first question is, why was Louise Brown famous in 1978? So why was Louise Brown famous in 1978? So just having a go at my friend John for not watching the quiz, because he's a selfish bastard. So that was question number 1. Why was Louise Brown famous in 1978? Question number 2. Which British monarch was on the throne at the turn of the 20th century? Was it the turn of the 19th? At the beginning of the 20th century. So which British monarch was on the throne at the start of the 20th century? Question number 3. What did the Maastricht Treaty lead to? So the Maastricht Treaty, which is M-A-A-S-T-R-I-C-H-T, Maastricht Treaty lead to. So the Maastricht Treaty led to what? Question number 4. In what year did the US stock markets crash, leading to the Great Depression? So in what year did the US stock markets crash, leading to the Great Depression? Question number 5. The Spanish Civil War took place between which years? So the Spanish Civil War took place between which years? You can have half a point for each. Am I going to give you any leeway? No. So the Spanish Civil War took place between this year, and you can have half for each bit. Question number 6. You know, if you've been watching any television today, it's all they've bloody talked about and shit. On what date was VE Day? So on what date was VE Day? You can hopefully figure out the day of the month, but I would also, of course, like the year, which again should be really obvious, but just in case, you can have half. No, you can have a third for the day, a third for the month, a third for the year when VE Day was. We are, you know, just about to come up to an anniversary of it. Question number 7. In what year did Charles Lindbergh make his famous non-stop flight from London to Paris? So in which year did Charles Lindbergh fly from London to Paris? So in what year did Charles Lindbergh fly from London to Paris, which was the first ever solo transatlantic flight, which is the thing, well, it's an incredibly impressive thing. In a year that lots and lots of things happened. I'll come back to that in a bit, maybe if I remember, when we do the marking. 5, someone's asked for a repeat, was in between which 2 years? Not between which 2 years, but between which years did the Spanish Civil War take place? And you can have half a point for the starting year and half a point for the finishing year. And then we just did 7, which is in what year did Charles Lindbergh make the first non-stop transatlantic flight? Then question number 8, in the 20th century, obviously, in which 2 years did London host the Olympics in the 20th century? So in which 2 years of the 20th century did London host the Olympics? My friend Ollie has missed the whole round due to technical errors. But yes, I will be putting all the questions up on Twitter at the end of the round. Let me get the screenshot now. So yeah, that was 8. In which 2 years did London host the Olympics in the 20th century? Question number 9. The Western Desert Campaign of World War II. So the Western Desert Campaign of World War II, which is part of the whole bit in North Africa, took place in which 2 countries? So the Western Desert Campaign of World War II took place in the deserts of which 2 countries? You can, of course, have half a point for each one. And question number 10, your final question of the first half of the quiz. In what year did India gain independence from the UK? So in which year did India gain independence from Britain? So in which year did India gain independence from Britain / the UK? So that is the end of the first half of the quiz. In about 5-ish minutes, I will return and we will then swap papers. In other words, you'll hand it to the person next to you on your team, and then we'll go through and we will mark the picture round, the games round, and the 20th century history round. If you've not yet seen the pictures, they are on Twitter. I'm also going to put the questions I've just done for those 2 rounds on Twitter as well. I'm typing that now. So if you missed anything, please go on to my Twitter, ClimmsAH, and you can see the questions and you can catch up. You can see the pictures. The team name theme game is what does Elon Musk's and Grimes' child's name really mean? If you've missed that and you have no idea, Google that quickly and then get a funny answer. And then we'll be back and we will do some marking. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
My mother worked 15 hours, 5 days a week. My mother worked 16 hours, 6 days a week. My mother worked 17 hours.
Right then, so you've now got 1 minute left, I reckon, to finalise your answers to the games round, the 20th century history round, and the picture round of the famous duos, and of course to come up with your team name theme game, which is what does Grimes and Elon Musk's child's name really mean? And then we'll mark it. We'll find out who's winning at the halfway stage. And please do on the pinned tweet on my Twitter, you can see where to donate money to Mind on Alex and Simon's giving page specifically, and to the Dad's House Food Bank in Elephant and Castle. And then the very generous donor will be matching all of your donations up to £1,000. So, you know, you can really improve the lives of some people from, you know, your living room watching me doing a quiz. Because if you went to the quiz normally, you'd probably spend a bit of money. We normally charge £2 a person for the entrance. Even if that's 10 quid between your team, it would be amazing. If you have, you know, got shat on and lost your job, don't worry about it, all right? But if you haven't, and you're saving a bit of money like some of us are at the moment by doing nothing, give it to those in need, okay? I've posted the wrong questions on Twitter. That seems unlikely. It's very possible, actually. Who am I kidding? No, I haven't, I'm afraid. Sorry, Tony. Those are the ones I've read out, I'm afraid. What have you been listening to, Tony? Tell me, I'm interested. I am interested now. Talk to me, Tony. Where's he gone wrong? We can save this. We've got time.
Yes, sir. Let's have your money. Yes, sir. Let's have sir.
Right then, so I think that's time. I think we're good. Let's mark the quiz so far. And we'll begin, of course, with the picture round, which I'm going to get up on my screen, so I know what I'm talking about. So, like I said, if for some reason you've only managed to get half of the duo, you can have half a point for that. So there are 10 points up for grabs, and they're in halves. Easy. So number one is Adam and Joe. That's Adam Buxton and Joe Cornish, if you don't know. They used to be on the Radio 6. Adam Buxton does the podcast. Joe Cornish makes the films. 2 is Cannon and Ball. So 2 is Cannon and Ball. 3 is, of course, French and Saunders. So 3 is French and Saunders. 4 is Penn and Teller. So 4 is Penn and Teller. 5, Laurel and Hardy. So 5 is Laurel and Hardy. 6, Wood and Waters. Wood and Walters. Oh, where are my pictures gone? I've lost them. Yeah, so Victoria Wood and Julie Walters. 7, Mitchell and Webb. 8, Lee and Herring, which is the amazing combination of my favourite comedian in the world, Stuart Lee, and my least favourite comedian in the world, Richard Herring, who is fundamentally not very funny. How did it work? I don't know. 9, Womack and Womack, bit off-piste for the theme that's been running through it so far. And 10, Thelma and Louise. So they're your famous duos. So if you missed the last 2, Womack and Womack and Thelma and Louise. I haven't actually finished my beer before I start the wine. There you go. Right then, so next up, the games round. Number 1, the best hand in poker it's one of those ones that I did ages ago, and I always feel like it's wrong. But the royal flush, as far as I'm aware, is the best hand in poker. So royal flush. Question number 2, in this you have a 6th of a point for each correct answer. The 6 weapons in the proper version of original Cluedo are candlestick, dagger, lead pipe, revolver, rope, spanner / wrench. So again, candlestick, dagger, you know, if you put like knife, it's wrong, but I'll let you have it. Lead pipe, revolver. In that instance, I won't let you have gun because it's definitely a revolver. Rope, and I will accept spanner or wrench because I think it's technically called a wrench, but you know, proper people call it a spanner. 3, Bow Street, Great Marlborough Street, and Vine Street are orange. So orange for number 3. 4, the game with action, object, and all play is Pictionary. So number 4 is Pictionary. 5, bear off is the aim in backgammon. So backgammon is number 5. 6, Trivial Pursuit, pink is entertainment. So pink is entertainment in Trivial Pursuit. If you put anything else because your family played it that way, fucking wrong. 7, the largest ship on Battleship is the carrier. It is the carrier. If you put aircraft carrier, I will accept it. Anything else, wrong. Carrier is the answer. 8, the best-selling video game of all time is Minecraft. So Minecraft is the best-selling video game of all time. No surprise, considering, you know, stuff like, you know, Grand Theft Autos and 18. Minecraft is played by all of the children everywhere in the world. 9, the main character in Zelda is Link. So Link is the main character in Zelda. And 10, 1/3 of a point for each correct answer. The 3 denominations in Risk are infantry, cavalry, and artillery. So infantry, cavalry, and artillery. Question number 2, round number 2, sorry. 20th century history. Louise Brown became famous in 1978 as the first test tube baby. So the first test tube baby. 2, the British monarch on the throne at the beginning of the 20th century was Victoria. 3, the Maastricht Treaty led to the creation of the European Union or the EU. So number 3 is the EU or the European Union. 4, the US stock markets crashed, leading to the Great Depression in 1929. So that's 1929. Question number 5. The Spanish Civil War took place between, for half a point, 1936, and for the other half, 1939. So you can have half for each year. Obviously, for it to be right, 1936 has to be the first one, or 1939 has to be the second one. If you put 1939 to 1942, completely wrong. All right. 6, VE Day. And again, you can have 1/3 of a point for each part of the date. It was the 8th of May, 1945, funnily enough. So the 8th of May, 1945, you're going to hear loads about it on the telly in the next few days. 7, Charles Lindbergh made his legendary solo transatlantic flight in 1927. There's a really good book about 1927, which I think my mum will correct me about this, but is it by Bill Bryson? I think it's by Bill Bryson. It's really good. Lots of an amazing amount of stuff happened in America that year. It's really interesting. 8, London hosted 2 Olympic Games in the 20th century, and again, half for each one. 1908 and 1948. So 1908 and 1948 were the 2 London Olympics in the 20th century. Question number 9, the Western Desert Campaign took place in which 2 countries? Again, it's another half a point one. Egypt and Libya. So Egypt and Libya are your 2 desert countries. And number 10, in what year did India gain independence from us horrible people, 1947. So 1947 for India, and that is the end of the first half of the quiz. So please now tot up your scores for the pictures, for the games, and for the 20th century history, and then tweet at ClibbensAH, team name, Elon Musk and Grimes' child's name, and your score so far. If you don't have Twitter, do it on the Anti-Faction Hub Day Facebook under a post about the quiz. And if you don't have either and you have my phone number, you can text me, but I can't guarantee I'll bother reading it. But please tweet me, and then I'll retweet everything. And as I retweet it, you can go on and like who you think has done the funniest team name. So don't just like all of them. Like who you think has the funniest one, apart from your own, and they will win some beer if they get the most likes. So get on that, and then as the names start coming in, I'll start reading them out, and I'll announce who's winning at the halfway stage. Then we'll crack on with the bit you've all been waiting for, me embarrassing myself by humming along to some songs. Right, I'm going to start bringing out some of the names, some of the scores. It's all pretty close at the moment from what I can see. So, Joe, do you like the Fall by any chance, mate? Judging from your little comments. My parents' sexual protection malfunctioned on thrust 12, 24 and a half. Something about, I'm going to call your team name Thrust Malfunction for ease. 24 and a half, good score. Tesla coil failed, 21 and a half, good, nice. The coordinates to Madeleine McCann's underground lair, if you're new to the quiz, there's a theme going with the Madeleine McCann thing. So some good jokes going around yesterday after they said that everyone should stay indoors for once. Maddie Lair, 25. What else we got? Didn't you mean COVID-19, 21? Jack at the Sun Arms. Musk do about nothing. It's a funny pun, not necessarily what we were going for though. It's Vienna, it means nothing to me. Yeah, nice. Join the Navy with 15 in the 6th with the Simpsons reference is the best Simpsons reference I've seen in a long time. And I thrive on Simpsons references. Elon Musk's MySpace password, nah. I've thrown a kettle over the pub. What have you done? Joe Hiscox, it's another great one, mate. He does not get the likes at the moment. There should be a Madeleine McCann fine for charity, which is my dad's trying to pipe in saying if someone's made a Madeleine McCann joke, even though he started it a few weeks ago, you should now subsequently have to donate to charity for making the obvious Madeleine McCann joke. So if you did do the Madeleine McCann joke, give some money to charity. My dad said so. Wet patch and bobsleigh, 21. Scuba divers are pedos. That's fair. Actually, that's a good, Dad Amber already did give money earlier, so that diver guy's a pedo. It's the second one of those. It's not going to win, is it? The ultimate danger wank. Describe. Yeah, nice. Fairy tale satellite, 22. Syphilis would have been better than this, 13 and a half. I saw a good one, I've missed one, which I thought was funny. Daddy's Little Girl, that's quite good, with 21.17. From what I can see from the scores I've had in there, Stuck on the Road to Lowestoft. Nice. My friend Martha's just texted me hers because she doesn't have Twitter, and hers is, don't worry if I get stuck in a cave, my daddy's a pedo, with 20 and a half. What we have learned so far is in first and second place, we've got something about thrust 12 malfunction with 24 and a half. Look, I'm writing stuff down. And Madeleine McCann's, I was going to say sex lair, but it was just lair. Secret coordinates for Madeleine McCann's lair with 25 points. Spawn of the testicles, 17 and 1/6. Who's got the most likes for their jobby? Let's have a look. Because by likes, someone wins beer. Have we got any clear winners? That diver is a pedo guy, 5. I don't think it deserves as many likes as it's got, but I'll go with the people. Simpsons has got 4. Didn't you mean COVID-19 has got 5? Sorry, pedo guy, you did ask for it. 5. The coordinates of tell you what. We're in the same situation as last week. Where am I missing? Where's Will's one? So annoyingly, and this keeps happening, is that not only do Amber and Dan and the big Dan FM team keep winning the quiz, but they keep getting the most likes and I can't argue with likes. This is the trouble with this bit, that I've made it too democratic. But currently winning with 8 likes are the coordinates to Madeleine McCann's underground lair. They're also winning the quiz. So same as last week, we're going to wait till the end, and if they win the quiz, someone else will win the team name. If someone else wins the quiz, they will win the team name. That's how we're going to do it. Because, they're now 4 likes ahead of anyone else. And I'm a democratic guy. I'm not like the government in Hungary or whoever else is, using Corona to flex their dictatorial muscles, which I might do next week, I think. So let's see. So with that in mind, currently winning, we're in second place, something about thrust 12 and malfunctioning with 24.5. And in first place, also winning on likes at the moment, coordinates to Madeline McCann's Lair with 25 points. So, but there's people on 22.5, there's people on 22 and 6 ninths. There's lots of people on the 21, 22, 23 areas. So you can bring it back, especially when it gets to the next bit of the quiz, which is me putting some headphones in and going da 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 along to some songs. And you have to guess what the songs are. So I think what we'll do. Why is my dad stop calling me on my bloody phone? I'm using it to film. Idiot. Right, let's. Hello, Dad. You're cool. I'm filming you on Instagram. You're not winning. Hold on. So what's happening? So I had to cancel Instagram filming for this. Is my dad has phoned me. Get back on the. You're going to remain on the phone for this, Dad. We're going to do this in front of all the people. So my dad has phoned up to insist that they are actually winning. Let me see. Which is good because Annie's right. So sorry, pedo guy, you really did ask for it. Musk do have 25 and a third. So unlike the other on the first week, and he's hung up on me. That's rude, isn't it? So unlike the first week where we briefly thought my parents had won at the end when they were just lying. This week, they are legitimately winning. And, I think it's fair to say it's not a fix because they've not been anywhere near for the last few weeks. So, in that case, Madeline McCann's Lair, you legitimately win the beer for the funniest team name based on likes, unless you end up winning the quiz. Again, in which case we'll work it out again. So my parents are shockingly, with 25 and a third, winning the quiz by a third of a point. Isn't that a turn up for the books? So that after that distraction of my dad phoning me mid-quiz and, the one person watching on Instagram got cut off, we're going to do me singing some songs. It's going to be horrid. And then after that, I'm going to have a quick wee, and then we'll do the rest of the quiz. So, oh, sorry, Dawn. I can't keep up. There's too many things coming in. Yes, stuck on the road to lower stuff. I did read it out, but now I've retweeted it. So in theory, everybody, so in the music intros round, how it normally works is I play you 10 introductions to songs, 5 in this one, 10 in the real quiz at the Marquis of Wellington, and you get half point for naming the artist, you get half point for naming the song. This week, because I agreed that I would essentially make it a bit more, theatrical, making a massive tit of myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my headphones in, I'm going to play a song to myself. I'm going to do it once and only once. I tried one earlier and I ended up way behind the thing and mumbling over myself, which makes it a bit more challenging. Yes, Will, all right, bloody chill out. We know you're winning now. So I'm going to put these headphones in. I'm going to play myself the song and I'm going to sing it out loud like an idiot. And you will guess the artist and the song for half point each. They're really obvious songs for the most part. But I've agreed for charity to embarrass myself even more than usual. The guy who normally tweets descriptions of me hasn't managed this week because I'm not wearing a remotely ridiculous item of clothing. And Jack has drunkenly said to me that next week he will do Never Mind the Buzzcock style introductions with me, which he said he wouldn't this week, which is why this is happening. So here we go. This is me shouting along. The balloon, I killed the balloon, Martha. The balloon died after about 5 minutes of the quiz. So So everybody ready? I've got my headphones in. I'm just going to be like, guy on the bus, listening to my music, singing it out loud. All right? Jack, sorry about this. I'm about to do the thing.
No, I can't hear shit.
He's got his headphones in, it's going to be fine. So here we go with song number 1 as hummed by me. This is really obvious. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. 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 Ba. You thought that was bad? Wait for the second one. Bad, isn't it? Really bad. I'm sorry, everybody. Can we have that again? Mainly because it was terrible? No. Someone's commented and retracted their comment. How bad could it have possibly been? Here we go. Here's number 3.
That was quite obviously 2 songs.
No, that was 1 song.
Yeah, but it sounded exactly like.
Yeah. So you know that's all part of the challenge, isn't it?
It was shit.
Dang, 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 dang. Ding 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 ding. That's all you're getting for that one as well. Notice the action of the particular instrument for the clue there. If you missed it, it's not my fault. I'm not fucking. There's no repeats in this one. Maybe at the end, if I've had enough of this delicious Austrian wine from Waitrose, then I'll do it again. Fucking hell. Next. Oh my god. Oh god. So that was number 4. Has anyone got hum vomit? What the? This is. If you haven't figured those out, I don't know what I can do for you. But what I'm going to say for the next one, which is the last song, is that it's not meant to be easy. It was either this or we did the club singer thing from Shooting Stars, which would be worse. Is this one's a bit on topic. And if you know what I'm talking about, this is it. So this is the final song that I'm listening to. And, you know, being the drunk idiot on the bus, making a horrible noise. You know, I can't sing. I can't do anything, you know, useful vocally. So it's disgusting. I'm doing it for charity. If you don't donate to the causes after this shit, then shame on you. Here we go. Final one. Do 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 do. Me 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 me. 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 Do 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 do. Once again, I have shamelessly embarrassed myself for your entertainment. If you don't get those, you know, I think it's something wrong with your ears, not my noise. So if that wasn't the best music intros round you're ever going to get, it was the best round ever, wasn't it? Thank you. And you know, if by the end of the quiz I have had enough wine, we might do them again. So they're really, 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 really famous songs. There's no weird trickery in there. Oh yeah. Sorry, someone's angry at me because I didn't tell them when I was doing it because they wanted to tune in just for that. They'll be on Instagram straight after if you want to watch it back. God, I've hurt my throat, I've hurt my soul. So that was, oh, Jesus. So what I'm going to do is quickly pop to the... We need repeats. That was incredible. I know it was incredible, but we'll come back. I'm going to go to the loo and cry for a minute, and then I'll be back and we'll do the rest of the quiz. Cheers. Oh dear. Jack's destroying Xbox controllers. I've been screaming at you. Gosh. Right, so back to the quiz. Oh, Jesus. That was horrible. Can we just have a quiz of me doing that every week? If you're lucky, maybe. I'm now like, I've reached that doing that has sort of made it, I'm maybe fine with it. So I just now have no shame. Don't forget to please donate to Mind or Dad's House Food Bank. On my Twitter are the links for all of it. Everything that you donate is being doubled by a very generous donor. So, and that's legitimately happening up to the value of £1,000. So if you've got a tenner, chuck it on. If it all goes on one charity, he will balance it on another. It's very good. We can make £500, 2 amazing charities. With the food bank ones, like something like £7 can feed one person for a week or a family for a week. It's mad because they to get so much donation in food, and they use the money to buy PPE, baby food, toiletries. I'll dig out the stats from our newsletter that went out this week and put them up as well. It's amazing. So hopefully you got at least one, or you should have got the first one. It's really obvious. And if you got the last one from my topical thing, great. That was disgusting. Anyway, just reading all the furious texts from my family about me not reading out that they were winning. Got it from 5 different. Anyway, let's do the rest of the quiz. All right. So this is now capital cities, and I'm going to read out the name of the capital city, and you're going to write down the country. Easy as that. So number 1, Addis Ababa. So Addis, A-D-D-I-S, Ababa, A-B-A-B-A. A-B-A-B-A, that's a good one. So Addis Ababa is the capital of which country? It's a good one, that. Number 2, easy, Bucharest. So Bucharest is the capital of where? Three, Cayenne, like the pepper. So Cayenne is the capital of where? That's a good obscure one, that. Where are we now? 4, Harare. Harare. Harere. Harare is the capital of where? Question number 5 is Zagreb. So Zagreb is the capital of Question number 6 is Manila. So Manila is the capital of where? Manila. Someone got 3 out of 5. Yeah, 2 right. Yeah, I thought my bloody, they weren't just impressions, they were renditions of the introductions to very famous songs. To be honest, you're lucky I didn't stick with Walking on Broken Glass by Annie Lennox, because that would have been a car crash and no one would have got it. What was that? Number 5 was Zagreb, 6 was Manila. So 5 was Zagreb, 6 was Manila. Seven, I hope I pronounced this right, is Phnom Penh. So Phnom Penh, which is Phnom space Phpehm. So Phnom, Phnom, Pehen. So Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh is the capital of where? I'm pretty sure about the pronunciation. Or maybe it's just Phnom Penh with other. I watched a couple of videos earlier how to pronounce it with people from there, and there were slight variations. So I just melded them together. So Phnom Penh, let's say that. 8 is Santiago. So 8 is Santiago. That is the capital of where? Number 9 is Nassau. So Nassau is the capital of where? Nassau. So that's Nassau, just like the song by the beginning of the end. Nassau is Nassau, Nassau, Nassau. And 10 is Asmara. So Asmara, Asmara, Asmara. So there you go. Now, what I have forgotten in the madness that was me doing those horrible things with my voice was the drawing round. So for those who are new to the quiz, every time the quiz happens in the second half, I ask you to do a drawing. In the real quiz at the Marquis of Wellington every Wednesday, when we go back to normal, you get points for the drawing because you put them on the bar and me and the bar staff judge them and go, oh, that's shit, and that was all right. But in this one, when you tweet your score and your final score and your team name at the end, attach the drawing you've done. Now this week, you're going to have the rest of this round and then the next bit after with the marking to do it. Now, our marketing guy, Joe Hiscox, hello Joe, did what I thought was hysterical earlier on Twitter, and he found loads of mascots from American sports with like those T-shirt rifle gun cannon things, and stuck our cans on the end of it. And there's also a very funny account on social media called Mascots Minute Silence, which is football mascots standing really somberly for minute silence at matches in the full regalia. So I would like you to invent a hilarious mascot for something in the style of the full sports, you know, dressed as a fucking bear or bit of toilet roll, whatever it's for, mascot, and put it in a very inappropriate situation. So I would like you to draw a mascot of your invention, full, puffy, ridiculous, oversized outfit, and put it in a completely out of place, inappropriate situation. That's your drawing round, and you've got the rest of the quiz to finish that, and then just attach your picture when you tweet your score at the end, or put it on Instagram and tag me or whatever. Just a bit of fun. No points in this quiz, just a bit of amusement for you on this lovely Wednesday evening. So, oh God, the high guitar bit in that song's really got me. So the final round of the quiz is the music trivia round, of course, but this week I'm going to read lyrics from famous songs in a very just bored, monotonous voice that alludes nothing to the actual nature of the song, like this. And you just have to guess the song. They're all really famous. There's some shit pop music. There's some good pop music. There's a bit of the hip hop. There's something from the 60s, something from the 70s. There's something from the 90s. It's going to be great. So here we go. I'm going to read the lyrics out. My flatmate is playing FIFA. How on earth do you know that, Ian? Ian, how do you know, Ian? Ian, how do you know he's playing FIFA, Ian? Ian was very happy to see Jack's face as well earlier. So what's going on, Ian? Ian, are you?
Yeah, is
Ian, are you over there? Anyway, I'm going to do it. So number one. Here you go. In the lyrics from songs in a monotonous voice. Don't stop. Gotta keep moving. Your hopes. Gotta keep building. Never forget that. I've got you and you've got me. So, and again. Don't stop. Gotta keep moving. Your hopes. Gotta keep building. Never forget that. I've got you and you've got me. So, what song is that from? In this instance, just put the song. You just need the name of the song. That's what's going to get you the point. If you get the name of the song wrong and the band right, you just need the song. You realistically, in this instance, you're not going to know one without the other. Number two is the easiest one. I just put one that's just, this is a open. That's not an open goal. That's a free hit in baseball. It's an open goal, and it's just, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. So that was, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. That's number two. Easy, have it, 3 point. Number three, don't carry the world upon your shoulders, for well you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world a little colder. So number three, I know those noises. Wow, Ian, that's amazing. It's not even on, we haven't even got the sound on the television. If you can tell that he's playing FIFA from the noise of the buttons that my flatmate's pressing on the controller in the background, you're an interesting man. I'll do number three again. What song are these lyrics monotonously read from? Don't carry the world upon your shoulders, for well you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world a little colder. Cheery stuff, that, isn't it? Which these are all very, very, very famous songs. You have absolutely, I guarantee, heard all of the songs I am quoting the lyrics from. 4. is this, read in an equally boring tone. I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be. When we were younger and free, I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. So that's depressing, isn't it? And that again, I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be. When we were younger and free, I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. That would be quite good read in Alan Bennett's voice, that one actually. But I won't do that yet. Not doing Alan Bennett yet. So that was number 4. Number 5. Again, read in a pretty depressing way. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty boys that she calls friends. So again, number 5. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty boys that she calls friends. Which very famous songs are those the lyrics to? From his exacerbated size. Ian, you are a man who's probably thrown his controller and destroyed his television before. I admire you for your very weird awareness to the sounds around me. Good for you. Next, in the boring lyrics round, another classic, a bit more contemporary perhaps, depending on what you put for the last one. You told me you love me. Why did you leave me all alone? Now you tell me you need me when you call me on the phone. There's no happiness to take from any of this, is there? It's miserable as shit. But we'll do that again. Number 6. You told me you love me. Why did you leave me all alone? Now you tell me you need me when you call me on the phone. Shit, isn't it? Everything after you listen to that. Now this is a good one, number 7. And especially inappropriate read in this particular voice. So, here we go, number 7. What song are these the lyrics from? Though I've grown a lot, can't keep it home a lot, because when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies pay homage, but haters say, It's saying homage in that way that really makes that song, reach its full potential. We'll do it again. Though I've grown a lot, can't keep it home a lot, because when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say, what? What song was that from? Any song with homage in, I think, that's bonus points for them, isn't it, really? Especially when you know what it is, it's even better. And I never noticed that he said homage in it before. There you go, the clue. Next up, 8. I see you, shorty. She was checking upon me. From the game, she was spitting in my ear. You would think that she know I decided to chill. So again, that's number 8. I see you, shorty. She was checking upon me. From the game, she was spitting in my ear. You would think that she know I decided to chill. Interesting. This is all taking on a whole new profound meaning in this particular situation, I think. Number 9, this is a good one. It's one of the songs that no one actually knows the words to, even though you've all heard it, I think. Is my guess. You might all go, oh, fucking, of course it's that. Here we go, number 9, on the monotonous lyrics round. I'm worse at what I do best. and for this gift, I feel blessed. Our little group has always been and always will until the end. Jesus. And we'll do that again. Number 9, I'm worse at what I do best. And for this gift, I feel blessed. Our little group has always been and always will until the end. Christ. If you've just tuned on for some reason, it's not all been like this. This is the how dull can I make lyrics to songs sound round and guess the song. Just the song, that's all I need. And finally, number 10 are these timeless and meaningful lyrics. You're so fine and you're mine. Make me strong. Yeah, you make me so bold. Oh, your love thawed out. That's a bit cheerier, isn't it? You know, I think it's thawing out's good, isn't it? It's not frozen anymore. And again, finally, number 10. You're so fine, and you make me start again. You're so fine, and you're mine. Make me strong. Yeah, you make me bold. Oh, your love thawed out. And that's the end of the quiz. So you've now got about 5 minutes to finish your answers to the capital cities. The lyrics that I arduously read out, and the even more horrible music introductions that I sang. And then, in 5 minutes, we'll swap, we'll mark, someone will win the quiz, and you will all please keep donating to the charities. Repeat, 1, 5, and 8 from the lyrics, okay? This is all you're getting. So 1 from the lyrics. Don't stop. Gotta keep moving. Your hopes, gotta keep building. Never forget that I've got you and you've got me. So what? And Ollie's asked for number 2. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Was number 2. And quite a fitting, bit. Number 5 was the other one. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes-Benz, She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys that she calls friends. One of the most famous songs of all time. And if I did the lyrics in the other way, you just wouldn't. And number 8 is the last one we've asked. I see you, shorty. She was checking up on me. From the game, she was spitting in my ear. You would think that she know. I decided to chill. There you go. There are your lyrics. You now got about 3 minutes left. As you were.
Boyfriends, I know. And you tell me how they're deep. Look, but I think if these guys, if they're really so great, tell me why can't they at least take this place and take it straight? Why always stoned like hippie Johnnies? I'm straight and I want to take his place. I'm certainly not stoned like hippie Johnny is. I am straight, I want to take his place. I said, I'm straight. I said, I'm straight. I'm straight, and I want to. Alright, all you want to play this. I'm straight. To the world out. 1, 2, 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Run, going fast and miles an hour. Gonna drive fast and stop and shop. With the radio on. I'm in Publess, Massachusetts. And the neon looks cold outside.
Hopefully you're getting there with your answers. You've got about 2 minutes left. And hopefully you've cracked on with your drawing of the mascot that you've made up in an inappropriate situation. No, I'm not doing the intros again, I'm afraid. Yeah, sorry everybody. Someone said they got 3, and that alone is enough for me to work with. Right then, you lot, if you can now please swap your papers with the team next to you. Imagine that, being in a pub, swapping papers with another group of people going, here you go, other person, touch this thing I've just touched and lick it and do whatever you fucking want with it and no one minds. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, we're here in this virtual quiz, which I think it's a thing. We're thriving together. I now willingly sing on camera, and that will happen all the time. So I think we'll mark the quiz before it gets too late, shall we? So the songs, the good thing about this is that, well, actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the songs. So for these, the intros that I shouted at you, half for the artist, half for the song. Your first one was this. It's obviously Crazy in Love by Beyonce. Didn't you get me going dan, 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 like that? So that was Crazy in Love by Beyonce was the first one. Second, Sandstorm by Darude, or Darude. No, it's Darude. Sandstorm by Darude is number 2. Number 3, hopefully the little piano.
I feel the earth move under my feet.
I Feel the Earth Move by Carole King. I might have done that in the actual intros round of the first one of these quizzes. I can't remember. It's just a great song. That was the I Feel the Earth Move by Carole King, obviously. Next. I think this is the most horrible of the lot. It's Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. If you put Eric Clapton, wrong. It is by Derek and the Dominoes. You put Cream, wrong. It's Layla by Derek and the Dominoes. Half for each bit. And finally, as I said, it was topical. It's The Model by Kraftwerk. If you did not see the news earlier, Florian Schneider, who was one of the founders of Kraftwerk, died today, age 73, which is mad that he was that old, considering that when he was 23, in 1970, he was releasing amazing electronic music, which is mad. I wasn't alive in 1970, but I can imagine that must have been very weird when you heard that for the first time. So, enough of that nonsense. So that was The Model by Kraftwerk, if you missed that. Half the artist, half the song. Moving on to the capital cities. Number one, Addis Ababa is the capital of Ethiopia. So Ethiopia is number one. 2, Bucharest is the capital of Romania. 3, Cayenne is the capital of French Guiana. If you got French Guiana, good for you. That's great knowledge. So Cayenne is the capital of French Guiana. 4, Harare is the capital of Zimbabwe. So 4 was Zimbabwe. 5, Zagreb, Croatia. So 5 is Croatia. 6, Manila is the Philippines. So the Philippines for number 6. 7, Phnom Penh is the capital of Cambodia. You know, if you're one of the people who went backpacking for a bit, you probably went, didn't you? But other than that, I think it's a very rarely mentioned capital city. So Phnom Penh is Cambodia. 8, Santiago is Chile. 9, Nassau is the Bahamas. So Nassau is the Bahamas. And 10, Asmara is the capital of Eritrea. So Eritrea is number 10. The last round. The boring lyrics. Don't stop. You've got to keep moving your hopes. Got to keep building. Never forget. I've got you and got me. So reach for the stars. It's Reach by S Club 7. But the song, you just need the name of the song. It's Reach. If you put Reach for the Stars, I will let you have it. Although it's just called Reach. But it's S Club 7. Reach. Number 2. Fuck You. I Won't Do What You Tell Me. Is of course Killing in the Name by Rage Against the Machine. But Killing in the Name is all you need. 3. Don't Carry the Word Upon My Shoulders, for well you know that it's a fool who plays it cool by making his world a little colder. Hey Jude. So that was Hey Jude as number 3. Number 4, I'm in California, dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. That is Hello by Adele. So that's Hello by Adele. 5, Her Mind is Tiffany Twisted. She got the Mercedes-Benz. She got a lot of pretty boys who she calls friends. Is Hotel California. So that's Hotel California by Eagles. But you just need the song. 6, You Told Me You Love Me. Why did you leave me all alone? Now you tell me you need me when you call me on the phone. Is Cry Me a River. Cry Me a River by the Timberlake. Again, just the song for the point. 7, my favourite one. Though I've grown a lot, can't keep it at home. Because when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say something. I'm Still Dre. It's I'm Still Dre by Dr. Dre. And it's not I'm Still, it's Still Dre or Still DRE. Still Dre. It's Still Dre by Dr. Dre. 8, I See You Shorty. She was checking upon me. From the game, she was spitting in my ear. You would know that I think she know. I decided to chill. Something. Yeah, by Usher. So that's yeah, exclamation mark, is the answer to number 8. Number 9, I'm worse at what I do best. And for this gift, I feel blessed. Our little group has always been and always will until the end. And if anyone got this, that's really impressive because I don't ever remember hearing these words in this song. That Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. So Smells Like Teen Spirit for the point on that one. And finally, number 10, You're so fine, and you're mine. You make me strong. Yeah, you make me bold. Oh, your love has thawed out. Something, 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 something. Like a Virgin by Madonna. So that's Like a Virgin for the point on that one. Tot your scores up, please. And then, when you've got your score totted up, add it to your first half score. All I want to know is your total score. And then tweet Clemens AH with the picture you've drawn, if you've done it, your total score and your team name. And please, if you have not donated to the charities yet, it's pinned to the top of my Twitter profile with the link to Alex and Simon, who are the managers of the Lord Clyde and the Marcus of Wellington, where I do the quiz, for the Mind charity for their postponed cycle. It seems a shame to let their total go unfinished because they can't do it and all the money goes to Mind anyway. And for the Dad's House Food Bank. Remembering, of course, that the amazing unnamed donor is matching everything you donate tonight up to the value of the grand. So, sort it out. Get your scores. And we'll be back.
Saying let me out of a deal before I was even born. It's such a gamble when you get a fix. It's fascinating to observe what the mirror does, but what I've done is for the war without sacrifice. I belong to the blank generation, and I can take it or leave it each time. Well, I belong to the generation, but I can take it or leave it each time. Flames are falling out the window and the doctor just see what you're talking on, forsaken by the common God. The nurse suggested her dollars and I breathe my blood. The doctor grabbed my throat, yeah, I've got the relation pride. I belong to the blank generation, and I can take it or leave it each time. Well, I belong to the generation, but I can take it or leave it each time. Take it.
So hopefully you are now getting your scores up on Twitter. So you get the scores coming. Get on there and look at the photo, the picture, the drawings, and like them. They're very funny. Wow, someone's done a full Pearl Harbor with some sort of sushi-based mascot. Wow. Get your scores in. Get them in. Look at that. Beauty. Right. across a lager. Definitely there's some good scores missing, so, you know, get him in, get him in. Right, so the scores are in, and shockingly, my parents have fucked it. They've gone from 25.5 to 34.5, 25 and a third, so they're not even up there. Again, the winners are it's the Madeline McCann's Coordinates, which is Amber and Dan, and Team Big Dan FM with 48 points. They're miles and miles and miles ahead of everyone else. You've all, you've let yourselves down, but it's for charity. Now, they also won, in theory, they'd won the team name, but we're not going to let them win that. In second place, we've got It's Wheelers. Who's It's Wheelers? Who the ultimate danger wank described algebraically. Who've done the best. I think they've done the best drawing. So I'm gonna let. So It's Wheelers. Who are you? Make yourselves known to me on the DMs, and we'll send you some beer for you put the most effort into your drawing. It's quite a funny team name. I'm just gonna you're a new person. You're gonna win some beer. Madeline McCann team, you're going to win some beer for winning the quiz with a whopping 48. That's outrageous. You've put everyone else to shame again, which is fine. So please, everyone else gets swatting. So and the thing is, I know them very well, and they're horribly clever and good at all the things in quizzes. So, if you're struggling, if you think, how are they bloody getting, there's nothing stopping you pooling with other people. My parents, for example, they've got a virtual team of 5 or 6, and they zoom into each other and then watch me at once. It's a bit weird. There's nothing stopping that. The maximum amount of the people you have in the quiz team is 6. You can do whatever you want as long as you don't take the piss. So they win. That Wheeler's bloke, whoever he is, get at me and I'll send you some beer. But most importantly, please do. I've seen loads of donations on the Alex's and Simon's Mind page, and that's amazing. You're all massive legends. Equally, if you haven't gone to the Dad's House thing, it's pinned at the top of my Twitter. I'll post about it tomorrow. If you can reference the quiz, do that. Otherwise, we're going to see that it's coming in this time, and it's, we've got up to £1,000 to match, and it's going to hopefully make lots of people's lives better. So thank you for doing the quiz. Thank you for watching me make a tit of myself. Ollie, my mate, has just said they've got £78 to the food bank since it started, so that's wicked. You're all awesome. See everybody next week. Thanks for coming. Thanks to me for doing the quiz. Check out the thing. And next week, we're going to do the bloody Never Mind the Buzzcut style intros with the 2 of us here over there, which will hopefully be slightly more bearable than what you witnessed from me this evening. Bye. Love you all. You're the best. 88 now. Keep it coming, people. Thanks.